Hello, today I'm going to be unwrapping some cassette deliveries from eBay. Luckily they all came on the same day. I've been watching a lot of videos from Cassette Comeback, so I can learn a bit about cassettes as well. Primarily I'm going to stick with mini discs on this channel, but it's nice to have a little bit of variety for me, I think. So, as with mini discs, although I did use cassettes in the day where I didn't use mini discs, I'm not really an expert on cassettes, but I'm learning, so you can give me some tips if you know them in the comments, please. So, I think only recently I've learned that what a Type 2 is. It's a chrome tape, and because in an earlier video you'd have seen me look at a Walkman that I bought and repaired that. And that has chrome detection, and the two hi-fi units that I've got, that I've also done videos on, they've got chrome auto detection on there, so it certainly makes sense for me to be using chrome tapes if I can. I do have some ferric tapes and a couple of chrome tapes from way back in the 80s and 90s when I used them in my car. But some of those tapes are pretty chewed up. I never did service any of my equipment back then. So the tapes have got chewed up, being played, especially in car stereos. Apparently that's not very good for them. Never cleaned the cassette players or anything. Here we go. Excellent. So this is from another seller. It's well packaged. Very impressed with this. I might keep that box for some mini disc sales I intend to do. On that subject, I'm thinking about having a little project where I definitely need to sell some of my surplus mini discs that I've had over the years or over the months, and I will be putting those on eBay. There's a link in the description to my eBay account, so if you're looking to buy anything like that, please visit the link and consider buying from me. So this one again, Sony, I think that one was about £4.80 something including postage, and these two are about £5 including postage, so that's another chromps if they're the same ones. They apparently look the same, and apparently these are quite decent tapes. So like I said, I've got tapes, but they're sort of they've got tram lining, is that what they call it? And also they're just a bit crinkled on the edges. So that's just a normal TDK FE90 tape, which for a Type 1 cassette apparently is not too bad. And the difference in the front there tells you what age it is, whether that's gold or blue, I'm not really sure. So on to the final package. And this ties into what I was saying earlier on and an earlier video. The earlier video is where I bought this Sony Walkman WM-EX610, and it's working absolutely fine. It sounds brilliant. I've given it a clean up and changed the belt on it as per the earlier video, but it didn't come with the inline remote. And what I've realised is the inline remote is what you need to turn on Dolby and a few other features. There's no switch on that player itself to be able to enable Dolby. Now it's got chrome auto detection on it, so it can detect a chrome tape automatically, but if you want the best sound quality, you want to be putting Dolby B on it. That's what everything I've got is capable of doing, but I need a remote control for that, and this is what I bought to solve that problem. Now, I don't know whether it's working. The listing said this was untested. Oh, that looks like it's an original. That looks like it's in original packaging. Is it? Could be, but that looks brilliant. The photo of it wasn't very good on the listing. I said to the guy, I don't want the actual player, but I do want the remote. would you be prepared to split it? So it's a little bit dirty, but it's in pretty good condition. So I'm going to do a follow-up video on this. And there's a typical Sony connector. And he wasn't prepared to split the player and the inline remote. So I just put in an offer saying, look, I don't really want the player, but I'll offer you this amount if you want a quick sale. Send it off, and he was good enough to accept the offer. So now I've got a player that might or might not work, and a remote that might or might not work. But it wouldn't hurt to give him a test, would it? So I could always sell this on if I wanted to. If it doesn't work, I'll probably keep it for parts. But to be honest with you, apart from a belt, there's not much in there that's user serviceable. Again, very well packed. Well, 10 out of 10 for the people packing their stuff today. So there we go. This one's not in as good condition as the other one I've ordered. It's got a few scratches on it. Or a few more scratches on it. Not too bad. That might only be a surface scratch. That might come off. No, right, hold is on there, so I wonder if that is why he's not been able to get it to work. And this is stiff as usual. This battery cover thing is always going to be stiff. I'll try not to break it or bash the camera as I get it open, but my guess is there's a battery in this that has corroded. I don't really, this is my mini toolkit for laptops and phones and stuff I use for work. Ideally I don't want to use metal on this, but it is so stiff that I can't even get it opened a little bit, so I've got to be very careful here. There we go. Right, okay, I had this problem with my other one, that this door, the battery door, there's not even a battery in there. The battery door was so stiff that it couldn't be opened. And what I found was I was able to slightly sand down these little edges here, which I'll do a follow-up video on that and I'll show you what I've done. I did it off camera last time, but we're going to do it on camera on this later on. I bet you this needs a new belt anyway, but oops, put the battery in up the right way, there we go. I'm not even going to close that on. I'm going to find a cassette that's not very good. That I don't really care about. Yep, not working, so that's most likely to be the battery corrosion on the terminals. So I'm not bothered about that, I'll sort this out another time. I'm not really bothered about that, I just wanted the remote control on there, so let's put that to one side. Grab the one I know is working. That is much easier to get undone now. Now I've done some work on it. Plug that in. Ooh, look at that. Don't know what the R stands for. Don't know how to work this. Fast forward, rewind, I guess this is playing. Now what I've just figured out is the R stood for reverse. And when you switch directions, it goes from F from forward to R from reverse, and there's probably some sort of function where I can switch sides on the cassette, At the moment that's just stopping it, so I'll have to figure that out later. Okay then, brilliant, thanks for watching.